And get the slides up here. Now we are talking today about challenge groups. And if you guys have any kind of questions along the way, we can answer them at the very end or talk about it later, depending on how many you guys have. But the reason why I want to talk about this is because, challenge groups are obviously a really important part of this business. And it's not necessarily that you need to be able to run your own, but you need to be able to be in one and show some kind of result and talk about those and help your clients and customers get involved with them. So that's what I wanted to talk about them really quick, some tips with them, and then also a new system I'm going to roll out here this week to help you guys with your challenge groups. So just a couple reasons for the newer coaches on the call that aren't quite, seeing how important challenge groups are yet. These are absolutely the backbone of our business. They help us show that we're being proof of the products. They're helping us be accountable, of course, too. I know without challenge groups, I want to be able to probably stay on track with my workouts, because just as much as I'm checking in with you guys are making sure that I'm doing what I need to do, and that really helps. But it's also helping you gain confidence talking to people, because you're in this forum, you're posting, you're encouraging, and that's essentially what you're doing as a coach. So it's really important that you grasp this concept of a challenge group, whether it be running your own or being a challenger in someone else's, to really help what you're doing. When I say they're the backbone of our business, the reason why is that is the number one way that we're able to help our customers see results and get that support and accountability that other fitness vehicles out there don't provide to them. If they go to a gym, they have to pay extra for these kind of services. To get a meal plan done, they've got to reach out to
the real favorite. Or the man who defeated Ryback, whatever.
What's the noise in the background? Can someone mute their?
The man that defeated Alberto Del Rio when nobody said he would to win the United States Championship. And he's 5 days later. That man is.
Make sure you're muted. Never
smallest athlete, get the greatest athlete. WWE history.
That's what I was saying as far as the backbone of our business. It allows the people to see results. It allows you to also start building up a solid customer base to be able to have recurring income from Shakeology, and then also people that want to eventually move on to become coaches and so on. So that's why it's really important to be grasping this when it comes to challenge groups. Now, some people don't like challenge groups. You will find when you are talking to other coaches. A lot of coaches outside of our coach family don't particularly like them. And in the beginning, I couldn't understand why, because I always loved challenge groups so much. I mean, they were my absolute favorite thing in the world. And then I started to realize the number one reason was because people were doing templates that were belonging to other coaches, and they were going through motions. Can everybody make sure they're muted really quick? If somebody's not, and it's getting kind of loud. Thanks. Anyway, they were just going through the motions. They weren't sure exactly, how to run the challenge group, because they were just plugging it in, and they were just, barely even checking in with people every single day. And it was just making it really hard on the challengers to have a good experience, because the coaches themselves were not having a good experience. So if you're not dialed into the group and you're not enjoying it, your challengers won't either. And that's why a lot of people don't like challenge groups. Group content could be theme, or the theme could be dull. It could be boring, not only to you, but to your challengers. I've said before to a lot of people that when it comes to challenge groups, they are first and foremost for you. Before a challenger, before anybody else, challenge groups exist for you as a coach, to have that accountability, to have that ability to reach out to people. And if you're not enjoying what you're doing, then it's going to trickle down absolutely to every single person in that group. So you want to make sure that you like what you're talking about, the theme of your challenge group, how it is set up. If you're not seeing the value in what's going on with this group, it's going to ruin your credibility. It's not going to help you out in any way, shape, or form. It's going to be a waste of your time. So you really want to make sure that you're doing things for your target audience, which includes you, that's also going to be adding value to them and helping them see results. Now, when you guys look at our team calendars, which I post every single month, if you have not seen it, you can pop up to where it's on the pin post in our Coach Family page. I actually have a video just running through these events for the month. And there's two things that you're going to see every single month on a team calendar from me. You're going to see an actual challenge group. And when I say an actual challenge group, I mean some kind of challenge group that is going to be focused on a Beachbody program. Like, for example, I had the group that started on the 11th, which is the Fit in the City. It's Sex in the City themed group. It is 21 days. That is the Beachbody program for the month. You're also going to always see a 5-day free group towards the end of the month. And the reason why I have it set up the way that I do, and the reason why I wanted to bring this up to you guys, is when you're looking at planning your own events down the road, and basically starts by saying you guys can move at your own pace when it comes to how you want to run challenge groups. So don't get overwhelmed by thinking you need to get off this call and plan one tomorrow. But if you are going to plan your own, I recommend doing some kind of a setup similar to me. And the reason why I have my actual Beachbody Challenge group starting the second full week of the month, every month, is because that gives me the end of the month before to try to lock in Success Club by pushing people to get their stuff in order to get started in time. Because usually people want to have their stuff with some days up front to be able to read through a meal plan and do all that stuff. It gives them that chance to get started with a little extra, knowledge of what's going on with their program. But if you do have the last minute people that are looking to get products to hop into the challenge group, they still have that whole full first week, which means they also have the ability to take advantage of the new challenge pack specials for the month. So that's why I have it set up that way, because when I look at everything I do, I focus it around Success Club, because obviously I want to have it locked in by the 15th of every month. It's a great way to have, so you don't have to worry about it the following weeks. But if you have a clean eating group or a free group towards the end of the month, the benefit of that is people are also seeing how amazing these challenge groups are, even if it's a free group. So that way, when you bring up a challenge group right after it ends, or you introduce or invite them to whatever's coming up next, they already are hot to trot on the idea of a challenge group. And again, if you're following a template kind of like me with the schedule, they have about 2 weeks to get their stuff in order to get there and be on time with everything. So that's how I strategize when it comes to planning out the calendar. I've tried a lot of things in the 2.5 years I've been doing this, and this seems to work the best as far as getting people, engaged. If you plan it too early in the month or too late in the month, you have a lot of downtime, and that could affect your business and your productivity. So when it comes to how I come up with the ideas and the themes that I use, and when you guys are trying to think about how to come up with ideas too, these are the questions that I ask myself anytime I'm talking about anything with a challenge group. Do I have events going on in my life that could benefit me to talk about, to have a challenge group based on? Are there things that I specifically want to target? Are there shows, movies that I want to bring up? Are there things that I cannot live without? Like, I'm a big coffee drinker. I'm going to be doing a coffee group here coming up soon. Things that I just like to talk about that people expect me to talk about because they've been following me. Are there certain hobbies I want to involve in this? What's motivating me? Is there something coming up back to that big event, like a wedding? And then the 5 core posting areas, which you guys should kind of have some different things that you like to talk about on your page, whether it be family or makeup or kids or, reading, whatever it may be. This is kind of the beginning of how I start formulating ideas when it comes to my challenge group. So bringing back to what I said earlier, you want to make sure that whatever you are bringing up with the topic for your challenge group is something that you like. If you hate Harry Potter, don't run a Harry Potter themed challenge group, because it's not going to work out well. Again, you're going to be disengaged. You're not going to be excited about it like you might be if you were talking about Twilight or something else, or wrestling. So find something that you like, and then find a way to make that work when it comes into a challenge group setup. These are just 4 really quick examples that I pulled up to show you guys of a couple different things that I love and how I made a challenge group out of them. The top left over there, last year I did a Wonder Woman group, because I'm obsessed with Wonder Woman. It was really fun. Had different workouts every day that were geared towards your Wonder bod. A lot of people liked it. The one to the right, it was a New Kids on the Block theme challenge group, because I love New Kids on the Block music. So I used that as the theme for the entire group. I had a bridal boot camp, because of course I was getting married in October, and I knew a lot of people were getting married too. Bridal boot camps are one that really you can do at any time. It doesn't matter if you're a bride or not, because honestly, you're probably going to a wedding, you might be in a wedding, or someone that's going to be going to a wedding that needs the help. That's always a good fallback that you can get involved with. And then I did a makeup group too. It was called Muscles and Makeup, or Muscles and Mascara, that gave makeup tips, but also they had to work out along the way with the group. So those are all things that I love. So of course I had fun doing them because they were topics that I enjoyed. When it comes down to picking a theme, you want to find a way to related to fitness and health. If you find something, for example, you know, the muscles and mascara, obviously I pulled in the muscles part in addition to the mascara and had them do different moves along with the Beachbody program, along with the tip that came down to it. You can tie in the theme however you want. I'm sure you can find a way to make it work. You can have daily challenges. You can just share tips. Like right now in my Sex and the City themed group, I'm just sharing a random tip about Sex and the City and doing random prize drawings. The prize drawings are going to be tied to that movie. Everything comes back to that theme. And then, of course, I advertise using catchy concepts, using the pictures from the group or from the show that are related to the theme to be consistent. It's all about consistency. It's the consistency when you're doing this. And here's a really quick example that I pulled up from a couple groups I did. This past year, I did the I'm Not Basic, I Just Really Love Pumpkin challenge group. And the year before that, I had done a pumpkin-aholic group because I know in the fall, you know, I love pumpkin spice lattes and everything pumpkin. And, you know, people want to say that we're basic bitches because we like that stuff. So I did a challenge group based off of that. I took every single thing basic I could possibly do and put it in a picture down there in the bottom right with me wearing my Uggs and flannel with my Starbucks, taking selfies, wearing lip gloss on a bench outside, and it worked. It had a lot of great people that came to that group. And then if you look to the left there, there's a breakdown of one of my templates showing just some basic things like what we did, check-ins, the recipe of the day, that kind of stuff. So you really want to make sure that you're consistent with the theme. And if you need help, you know, figuring out any of this stuff along the way, just let me know so I can make sure I can sit down with you and we can create one, whether it be through Zoom call or I come to your house if you're local and we go from there. So I do want to break down with you guys really quick the process that I'm going to be rolling out pretty much immediately, and I'm going to get out of this and go back to looking at you guys.
Hey, Katie.
Yeah?
You weren't screen sharing.
What? I wasn't?
No.
How did it not screen share? Well, that's great. Well, I'll put these slides in the group.
Okay, great.
I don't know why it wasn't. It said that it was showing from mine, but oh well. Well, we'll do that next time. Anyway, back to what I was talking about before I realized that it wasn't screen sharing. Val and I actually, who pulled off the screen sharing card, and I had a discussion last week on our one-on-one call that we decided would be a good idea moving forward, and it is something that I am moving forward with immediately, and that is a sense of duplication to help you guys better with your challenge groups. You know, the one thing that a lot of people tell me when it comes down to challenge groups is that it's very overwhelming to plan them. They don't know how to plan them. They don't know how to do the content. They don't have the time to create the posts. It's just very, very overwhelming. So when I was talking to her, Val, last week, and she said, well, did you ever think about just sharing your templates and kind of having everybody run things that way? And I really hadn't thought about that. So what I'm going to be doing now, and you know, some of you that have apprentice coached in my groups, you know that I have very specific templates that I create for every single group that has the topics, that has the graphics that you're going to be posting every day, and the check-in topics, and any additional details. So what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to upload all of those graphics or the templates into my Gmail. So you want to definitely have a Gmail account. So it'll be a Google document. And then I will share every one of those templates with you. So just to make sense of it all, say you want to run a challenge group in February. My February group, just to give you a heads up, is called By Felicia. It's By Felicia February. And I have a template that's created for that. Now you might want to run your own group, might be nervous about it, not sure what to do. You can advertise for the group, use the graphics that I have created that are, you can put your face on there, do whatever. You will have access to every single thing. You will just upload it into your own group. So really all you have to do is do a couple of videos based on your welcome video or what you want to share, because you do want to put your own spin on it so it doesn't get dull and boring like I talked about before. But the whole content is set up and done for you. So I'm going to be doing that for every single group I run, not only for my main groups, but for the free groups, like my clean eating groups and that as well. That way you guys have those resources that if you do want to run your own challenge groups, you're not going to be stuck with, you know, trying to figure it out or trying to juggle a job and doing this. All you have to do is just simply upload the stuff that's already done for you to make it easier for you. Does that make sense? So that's really all that I wanted to talk about. I mean, I wanted to show you the slides, but clearly whatever. It didn't work. But I'll upload those, you know, here in a second when I get done talking to you guys. But after going over some of that information, what questions do you guys have, or what in regards to challenge groups or things that are working for you, not working for you, etc. Anybody have any questions? Comments, concerns?
Well, the $1 million idea right there.
What?
So excited.
Valerie gets full credit for that. That was a good idea on her part, but yeah, I think
I'm
it's
so
going to make
excited.
things a lot easier though too, honestly. I don't know why we haven't done it before. You know, I've uploaded various templates, but I haven't uploaded all the graphics and all the additional tools. So that's going to be an added bonus for you guys. And you don't have to use them. I don't want you to feel like you have to, but I want to make sure that I have everything set up to make it easier for you if you want to use them. But if you want to go and do your own thing, of course, that's why I wanted to go over the beginning part of this to make sure that you had everything set up and structured the way that you wanted it to, if you were going to do your own thing. And, you know, just to kind of backtrack a hot second, you don't ever have to run your own challenge groups if you don't want to. I don't want anyone to feel pressure that they have to. You can always, in any of my groups, be adding your people to it. You can always be an apprentice in the group. I only take 1 or 2 maximum per group to get a feel for it. But if you have people that want to be in a challenge group and you're not ready to run your own, then add them to mine or check in with somebody else in the group, because, you know, a lot of people in here are running their own groups. See who's doing one when and what kind of topic and, you know, the theme and stuff, and add to that too. I'm really big here on the team environment, everybody being able to do that and be doing what they're comfortable with. So if you're not okay with running your own, don't feel like, oh no, I can't coach. It's just we figure out a different situation, a different way to help you, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I absolutely love that idea because, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. I absolutely love apprenticing. I feel like not confident enough to run my own group, but apprenticing in your group, I absolutely love challenge groups. I can do them all the time. I like live for them. It's still like putting myself out there on the whole Facebook world to see. But I feel like in a challenge group, everybody's on the same page. I really get excited. My one problem is the people that I add in the challenge groups, they don't ever participate. Everybody participates, but then I feel like my people are just like not participating.
Honestly, and I mean, doing this long enough, I can tell you, we all have a couple people that are like that every single time. And especially as you're a newer coach and you're adding people, you might not be adding as many as maybe I am. So you don't notice it as much, you know, it's more obvious because you're like, I've added 5 people and 4 are not participating, you know? So it's all about like trying to engage them and check in with them. That's why I do prizes the way that I do. You know, I draw them typically randomly. Like I'm going to be doing one tomorrow for the check-in tonight that you posted in our group for the meal plan. People haven't done it. I do it randomly. I don't tell people when they're doing it, and that's why, because I want you to participate every minute. But at the same time, those people that are going to not participate, unless you're working with them one-on-one outside, which you might be. Sometimes I have people that I work with a little bit more on their own. But usually those are the people that are going to come to you and say, I'm not getting the results that I want because they're not doing anything, you know, and it's frustrating, but everyone's going to have that. Trust me. Valerie will tell you, Britton will tell you, anyone that's run the challenge group in this group will tell you that there's people that they just sit around and they like once in a while they'll post up like, I forgot you were even in this group. You know, it just happens. So, but you're doing a great job with apprenticing, and you can keep doing that. You know, there's other coaches out there that they have. I know one in particular has 4 coaches leading each challenge group, and she's got like 1 person doing the educational part, 1 person doing the motivation, 1 doing a recipe. You know, and there's always the ability to do that if we need to. But again, it's all about what you're comfortable doing. And if you're not comfortable putting it out there and doing the apprenticing, that's fine. You know, totally fine. But I mean, some people like Britton, for example, I'll put her on the hot seat. How long did it take you to do a challenge group? Maybe 8 months of your own? I don't even know. Like it was quite a while.
Yeah, so I think I started being an active coach in like April, and I didn't do a challenge group of my own until I think August or September, I want to say. Because my first challenge group was a fall challenge group. So I think it was like August or September that I did my first one. I just really never wanted to do
Yeah. Sometimes you don't. Like, I love them. I am but then again, I am a weird creative spirit that likes to do these weird things. So,
but here's the thing, you are so good at them. So I feel so like, oh my God.
No, because you are doing an amazing job too. So stop trying to say that you're not. But everyone is different. Everyone brings a different feel to a challenge group. So that's why I'm hoping with sharing the templates, at least it'll give you guys a better handle and you can kind of find your own way if you are going to do that. And if not, like I said, you could do your own thing and it'll be good from there. So.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I have kind of gotten into leading my groups with one or two other coaches, where they're not even like apprenticing, we're just sharing the group. Like Britton and I are planning one for February right now. One of my coaches was helping me lead groups for a long time. So, I mean, that's always something you can do too, until you get comfortable enough to do your own. I mean, I don't even like to do my own anymore. I try to find coaches to do it with me because I think it's more fun that way. So.
This one also saves time too. If you're working a lot and you're like, oh, I can't do this all on my own, you know, it does help a lot. Sure. But any other questions? Anything at all? Negative? No. I will upload these slides as soon as this all ends, right underneath. So it'll actually be in the file section. I'll put it there. So you can look at those and kind of see what I was talking about when you weren't seeing it. But and then I will be, like I said, I'll post every single month. I'm going to give you a heads up of when the templates are ready and everything. So if you want to post, I've got my challenge group set up for the entire year. I'm done through December. So I can tell you the breakdown of what the topics will be. So you have an idea if you want to plan your own and go from there. But that way then I can help you out, whatever will work. So I'll post that. If you're going to hop on the Bombshell call, it's going to be good. My success partner, Peyton's leading it. It's about grace under, or courage under grace or something. I don't know. Like she had a really terrible year. Her whole team fell apart. She's talking about it, but it will be recorded. So I'll post that link. No one can see you on that call. Bombshells, you can't see it. It's all report. It's just typing, but I'll post that link too when the call's over. So I'm glad you guys were able to make it, and I will chat with you guys later on. All right. Bye.